All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is November 9th, 2023. In today's content, we'll take a look at BTC on the macro level, and at the same time, we'll take a look at alt. Are we basically getting our final bottom for altcoin before the next major move to the upside, or are we just consolidating before the next a leg to the downside and all that good stuff, right? So if you're still waiting for 3k BTC, you might want to watch the video also, right? And if you're still waiting for your 100k BTC and all that good stuff, right? Not financial advice, you can still basically stay tuned, right? So let me make sure the sound is good. We got Quiet Cook in the house. We got everything pump and dump well be all right in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We got Giovanni. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Crypto pump and dump in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Crypto P. All right. So I think the sound is good, right? Yes, it has started, Giovanni. All right, so now let's take a look at BTC on the macro scale first before we talk about the 3D and all that good stuff, right? So, and when we talk about the macro scale, the main macro directional trend for BTC has been what? The quarterly time frame, as I've been saying over the last few years, right? So if you're new to our content, I'm just gonna basically give you a quick overview of the quarterly time frame, right? The quarterly 21 EMA especially, right? So whenever BTC retests its quarterly 21 EMA, and Leroy, quarterly means like 3 months, okay? Whenever BTC retests its quarterly 21 EMA, it tends to what? It tends to let's do this. Okay, it tends to bottom right there, as you can see in 2015, as soon as we retested the 21 EMA on a 3-month chart, we bottom right here. You can see what happened right there. Also in 2018, right? Late 2018, early 2019, we also bottom right there. Okay, so as soon as we hit our quarterly 21, I was saying it in public and in my premium group, right? The quarterly 21 EMA, it is not going to give you a V-shaped recovery, right? Whenever you retest it, you could move sideways for like a 3 to 6 month, right? But, right, it won't be time to be extremely bearish, okay? Even though price action could be moving sideways and all that good stuff, it won't be time to be saying like, oh, we're going to be dumping like another 80%, 90% and all that good stuff, like most bears been calling for in late 2022. Right, in late 2022, if you take a look at it, right, we picked in late 2021. 12 months later, right, we bottom right here, and bears was still waiting for 3k, 2k, 1k, and all that good stuff, right? And what were we saying? We were saying, hey guys, BTC is under accumulation between 16k to 18k. Don't wait for 15k, 14k, and all that good stuff. Could we retest them? Yes, we could have basically wicked down to even 10k, right? Would it make a big difference whether you bought BTC at 16k, 18k, and it wicked down to like a 12k, 13k for like a fraction of a second? It won't make a big difference, because most of those traders or investors, right, that were waiting for 10k, even if BTC retested 10k, they wouldn't be buying, right? Because they're going to get caught off guard, and they're still going to be waiting for 5k. That's the problem with the waiting game. Okay, so trading BTC in time sometimes can be very profitable, right, than trading BTC in price, right? But if you understand what's going on, you can trade BTC in price and in time, right? What does it mean? Sometimes it means like, hey, I'm waiting for BTC to drop 90%, like for instance, Leroy waiting for BTC to drop 90%, like the previous bear markets and all that good stuff, or let's say 85%, right? And you don't get your 85% drop after 12 months, right? Let's say after 12 months, you don't get your 85% drop. You'll be like, okay, let me trade it in time, right? Because it's been 12 months, right? From November 2021, right there, to November 20, 22, right? So it is 12 months. Even though I don't get my 85, 87% drop, I'm still going to be bullish. Okay, if we get lower prices within the next few months in time, you know, I take it, right? So, but bears couldn't basically stay with the macro trend. Instead of that, they'd be like, okay, you know, the world economy is down. Okay, recession is coming. You know, the Fed is not pumping money. BTC doesn't care about all of that. Okay, because you got to remember, BTC was created when, you know, back in 2009, 2010. And what happened back then, we were in a recession. So would it make any difference, right? Whether we are in a recession, right? And BTC pumping, right? And all that good stuff, it won't make any difference, right? So you can see right here in 2020, we were in a recession, right? But BTC still pumped. And the recession only lasted for like a 1 month, stuff like that, right? Not even more than 3 months. And BTC pumped from, you know, 3K or 4K, give or take, Leroy, all the way up to 70K. Okay, so that's why I never fell for the fact that, you know, because of the recession, okay, because of the, you know, high interest rate and all that good stuff, right? Right? I didn't fall for, you know, BTC dumping, right? Down to 10K, 3K, and all that good stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, and if you notice, well, when did we started to, if we switch to the monthly time frame, when did we started to increase rate, right? I think it was like back in March, right? 2022. I was bearish right here, not because of like the Fed was increasing rate. I was bearish because I knew historically, whenever BTC retests its monthly 21 EMA after a bull market peak, it tends to drop 50%. That did not change, regardless of the rate. Regardless of the rate. The rate right here was 0 back in March 2022, right? Something like that, very close to 0, right? And now it is over 5%, and BTC is nearly at break even, right? So if you're waiting for, you know, the rate, if you're waiting for the rate to go back to 0 for you to be bullish on BTC, you might be buying BTC above 70K. Above 70K. I'm just speculating, right? The reason why I'm saying like you could be buying BTC above 70K, yes, it is not, you know, an absolute prediction, right? It is just speculation, right? Is that if you take a look at the monthly 21 EMA, we above the monthly 21 EMA, right? And at the same time, we're waiting like 3 to 6 months before the next halving. And we know all the time, okay, in all previous bull markets, BTC tends to be above the monthly 21 EMA. If you've been following our channel long enough, you know, I've been repeating it for the longest, right? I've been saying like, hey guys, the monthly 21 EMA, we're 50% below it. I've been saying it since August 2022. I was saying like in Q1, Q2, BTC will retest the monthly 21 EMA, but we don't know if it will break it. But once we get there, we will take a look at it. Okay, based on Elliott Wave, based on MACD, based on RSI, based on volume, and all that good stuff, right? And we will basically come up with a solution of, or a, you know, high probability setup and all that good stuff, right? So now we're back above the monthly 21 EMA. We're within like 3 to 6 months of the halving. There is no reason to be macro bearish. That's exactly what I said. There is no reason to be macro bearish. Could you be bearish for BTC for like a, you know, 2 to 3 weeks for a 5-10% move? Yes. You know, we could even drop 10% today. Who knows, right? But if my outlook for the next, you know, if my long-term outlook is like for the next 18 months, right? I just don't have any reason, right, to be bearish on BTC. Even if it dropped 10%, 20%, 30%, I wouldn't be bearish. I would be just saying like, hey, it is just a retracement, right? And we could be getting a V-shaped recovery for a potential move, right, all the way up to 180K within the next 18 to 24 months, right? Not 2 weeks, Leroy, okay? Not 2 weeks, right? The halving going to be in April, and you know, 18 months after the halving, you don't want to hold any BTC, okay? And remember, 18 months before the halving, you got this yellow line, right? That's 18 months before the halving, and 18 months after the halving, let me change this to blue for Leroy. Okay, so actually purple, right? So 18 months after the halving, going to be sometime in October 2025. So if for whatever reason, guys, right, we get up to these highs right here by October, November, December 2025, right, you don't want to be waiting for $1 million BTC. Okay, just like what happened right here, 12 months after the bull market peak, which basically coincide with 18 months before the next halving, right? You want to be bullish, right? So 18 months after the halving right here, right? It's going to be in October, let's say late 2025. You don't want to be extremely bullish. You want to be packing your bags, just like what we said right here in November 2021. We said it clearly, guys. If we break out below our 3-day 21 EMA with a negative MACD, pack your bags, because we will be in a downtrend and we don't know how long we will be in that downtrend. Okay, so similarly, you know, something to watch out for the next like 18 to 24 months. All right, so now we're done with BTC on the macro level, right? Let's take a look at BTC on a weekly basis. So if we take a look at BTC on a weekly basis, right, bears might be drawing this pattern, right, and they're going to be like, okay, it is a leading diagonal. Is it a leading diagonal? Yes, it is. Okay, but one thing you have to remember is, like, when BTC was right here, okay, when we printed our 5-wave move, okay, and I clearly explained to you guys the difference between a 5-wave impulsive and a 5-wave corrective. Okay, so if you don't know the difference, right, just join the public Telegram group, or you can join the premium group, and I'll be talking about these a lot. Okay, so you can see we got our 5-wave corrective move to the downside. We clearly said it back then. Whenever you get a 5-wave corrective or impulsive, right, look for a divergence for a reversal. Okay, you don't know if that reversal is going to be a macro reversal or not, but you know you could be getting a reversal. That's why we were targeting the monthly 21 EMA, right? We already talked about it, right? So we got this move, right? Bears could say, hey, this is a, you know, a potential zigzag formation. Okay, and that's what they were saying right here. Remember, I said it clearly. Don't print this zigzag formation. It is a feasible pattern. Market could do it, possibly, but the fact that we're getting closer to the halving, right, making it impossible, right, to get a search pattern. Right, you see what I'm saying? So just because you see something like, just because you basically learn something on Elliott Wave doesn't mean you have to apply it on every single market. Some market, they're irrational, right? So you cannot basically just draw whatever you want, right, and just, you know, try to wait for those prices, right? So it just doesn't work that way. So that's why I'm saying, even though this pattern is a feasible pattern and you could do something like that or even like that, the fact that we're getting closer to the halving, right, making it super hard to get this move. Okay, so I'm not in favor of this pattern. I'm not in favor of it. However, right, if the indicators change, okay, our MACD, our RSI, right, the monthly 21 EMA, okay, the weekly 21 EMA, the 3-day 21 EMA, all of them switch, okay, over the next like a few weeks or month, I will basically flip, right, with the camp, right, that say, okay, this is plausible. But as of now, right, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, right? And one of the reason also to leave it as it is, right, expecting a more breakout to the upside, is like we got a 6-month consolidation. We got a 6-month consolidation, all right, between let's say 28K, right, to let's say 28K plus 10%, right? Started like March 2023 to we got the breakout in October, right? So after a 6 to 7 month consolidation, you don't want to be expecting another consolidation. You want to expect what? A breakout, right? And we got the breakout. And as of now, we don't have any reversal pattern to signal, hey, this is going to dump right away. I don't see anything. Could it dump? Anything could happen, right? But I don't see anything right now on a weekly basis suggesting, right, market going to dump right away from the resistance level. Just have to respect the resistance, but it doesn't mean a reversal. You see what I'm saying? Because the difference between a resistance and a reversal is like a resistance level can become a reversal level, right? But it doesn't have to necessarily be a reversal level because it could break above it. So the difference is like a resistance, you just hit it and then you move sideways and then try to break out above it, right? And a reversal area is like when you hit your level right here, right? Let's say right there, it was a resistance and a reversal. Right here, right, was a resistance, we retested it, and then we reversed down. You see what I'm saying? And if you take a look at right here, it was what? A resistance, but it wasn't a reversal pattern, right? We retested it, dropped back lower, right? But we never reversed down, right? So we just consolidated between 30K to 25K, and then all of a sudden, bang, took out the 32K area. So that's the difference, okay? And I talked about it like in multiple live stream and all that good stuff, right? So keep an eye on this pattern. I honestly don't think it will play out, but it is just there, okay? For the bears, right? You guys can enjoy it, right? So, and the next level to talk about is like the 0.618 right here. So the 0.618, we drew it a long time ago. We said if we take out the 32K area, we won't have any reason of being bearish, right? And I said it both in public and premium. You know, take out 30K area, 30.3, no need to short, okay? If we take out 32, right, just stay with the short all the way up to 0.618. And the first resistance area was 35 to 37, and the next level going to be 0.618 at 39 to a 41K area. If you like to use your basically a linear scale, let's do this. Remove that. So if you like to use your linear scale, it is going to be around like 42K, right? Which is going to be the 50% pullback. Not 0.618, but 0.618 going to be around 48K. So regardless of which fibs you like to use, whether you like to use the linear or the log, right? You still have to cover the 39 to 41. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to throw it out there for for some of you guys who like to basically use the linear scale and all that good stuff. But me, I like to use the log scale just to keep it constant and less headache, okay, or headaches, right? All right, so now let's jump into the 3D basis, right? So sucker is around like a 37.3 now. Cool down a little bit. So on a 3D basis, so now we at the 30K area, 38K area. On a 3D basis, I just don't see anything neither. The 3D is positive. Price action way above the 3D 21, and the 3D 21 right at as of now it is at 31.2. So it is, it could go above the previous resistance right here, and it is likely to support the price if we see any consolidation in this range, okay, going to towards the 39K, I mean 39-41K area. The 3D 21 likely to provide some support, okay? I don't know how it'll look, okay? I'm just drawing some random patterns right there, okay? It could even, you know, retest it like within the next few days and all that good stuff. I don't know. But on a monthly basis, it doesn't look like BTC will be retesting 32K, right? This month right here. Okay, it doesn't look like it. So I wouldn't basically expect within the next like couple of days BTC to drop right back down to these lows. Just because the monthly is super bullish, okay? It's super bullish right here on the monthly basis. Looks really bullish, okay? So it makes it easy to follow the 3D. Okay, could we move sideways slowly all the way up to a 39.41? Probably, okay? But on the 3D, I don't see anything crazy. No 3D negative, no negative 3D MACD, no price below your 3D 21, no bearish divergence on our RSI. So nothing to analyze on the 3D. Just to stay put. I mean, you know, and chill and wait for some, you know, something to analyze on the 3D. But I don't have anything to say on the 3D basis. On the 2D basis, nothing neither. Everything looks good. Even though the RSI is overly extended at 83, you know, it could cool off once we retest the 2D, you know, 21 EMA at some point. It could basically cool off and basically try to print some divergences and all that good stuff. But one thing you have to remember in a bull market, right? Bull market will basically chew all the, you know, will chew all the bearish divergences, right? So you just have to be very careful, okay, in a bull market, right? Not every divergence, right, will be successful in a bull market. Let me just repeat it for Leroy. Not every bearish divergence will be successful, right, in a bull market. And also, not every bullish divergence will be successful in a bear market. So you just have to take that into account and not try to draw every single bearish divergence you see. Because some of them, they could just be consolidation and continuation later on. And remember, you know, whenever you consolidate, especially in a double top, double bottom pattern, something like that, right? You're always going to print some divergences. Right, let's say this is a double top, double bottom. You're going to print a divergence regardless, okay? Let's say your indicator is right here, okay? So your indicator might do something like that. Okay, and you're going to print this divergence, right, like that. However, you might not, okay, or you don't want to basically call this divergence, right, a complete reversal. It could just be a divergence for a correction. Okay, it could just be a divergence for a correction, and then later on, what you're gonna get is like a continuation to the upside, and then your MACD could basically push through, right? So it makes sense. So, and if you take a look at it right here, that's what we actually created right there. Okay, we had the divergence on the 3D, right? Divergence on the 3D, right? Price action double top, double bottom right here, and your indicator right here printed the divergence right there, right? And then later on, what you got? A continuation to the upside. So, and if you take a look at it right here, we did have a similar move, right? Right there, something like that. Okay, but it was on a lower degree. Let's go back and double check it. Okay, was the divergence right here? That was like in May, June 2019, right? You can see we printed the divergence, double divergence on your indicators, MACD and RSI, and you know, got the double bottom right here, and then basically, you know, went up and peaked around 14K. Alright, so I'm not saying that's what we're gonna get, but it is just something I wanted to throw out there. So now let's move on to the daily time frame, right? I know the chart looks choppy, but I'm just gonna delete all of that. Okay, so now it looks clean. Okay, so on a daily basis, I think bears are still forcing the trend line resistance right here. You know, we cannot deny it. Okay, we can't deny like this long-term trend line right here. It is a strong resistance, right? And if you recall back in August 2022, guys, I was saying 24 to 25K, you know, was going to be a resistance. That's why we were shorting right here and we were looking for 17K, right? 17 and a half, right? So that same trend line resistance is actually right now acting as a resistance. You know, we just have to acknowledge it, right? And later on, bear's going to try to draw a parallel channel, right? If we consolidate around here, they're going to be like, okay, look at it. It looks so good. We're going to be coming down here. And then they're going to be like, oh, we're going to be doing something like that. I don't think it is a right time to be looking for these sideways-ish or low volatility trend. I think it is a time to be looking for some parabolicness to the upside, in my own opinion. Okay, it is not the time to be looking for some parallelism. Okay, it is time to be looking for some parabolicness to the upside, right? So if you see, you know, any bears drawing this pattern, just know why they're drawing it, right? Or they could draw something like that. This one, they can leave this one right there and then just do something like that. Okay, where you get your wedge pattern at the same time the parallel channel. There's too much lines, right? But you get the concept, right? You get the concept. So on a daily basis, the only thing I can see on the daily is like, let me just remove this for Leroy before Leroy jump in and wait for 5K and all that good stuff, right? So the only thing I can see on the daily is like, you know, the resistance level right here. RSI slightly overextended, but as I said, in a bull market, your RSI can go as high as possible. Okay, so we seen it back in 2019 when the RSI was overextended and most bears were saying like, hey, you know, we're not going to pump above 7K and all that good stuff. Sucker pump all the way up to 14K. Okay, so we'll see if we take out the resistance level right here. Just have to follow through all the way up to the 0.618. If we come down, we do have the daily 21 EMA, which is going to provide some supports right here, right till we break it and you know, consolidate in this range before the next move to the upside or to the downside, right? But as of now, everything looks good. Any pullback, the primary support on the daily going to be the daily 21 EMA. All right, so let me take a look at the chat room. We got Jason in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So now let's move on to the BTC dominance, right? So with the BTC dominance, we've been saying it, you know, we've been pretty constant over the last few years, especially, you know, every September, right? If you've been following our channel long enough, we've been saying every September, right, the BTC dominance tend to change direction, right? If you recall right here, I said it back in September, September 2021. I said the BTC dominance will pump to the upside. The BTC dominance pumped all the way up, you know, from like, let's say 39% all the way up to 47%. And then we came back down in January 2022. I said, you know, the BTC dominance will be pushing back up all the way up to 47, 48. We did that exactly, got rejected around the 48% right here in June 2022, and then came back down to a low 40%, 39% area, right? And basically bottom in September also. And I was like, hey guys, the BTC dominance could be pushing all the way up from here to 50%. Okay, so, and I was clearly, vocal about I was clearly vocal about the BTC dominance pushing back up to a 53 to a 50, 55% area, which is somewhere around the 50% pullback, right? So you take a look at it right now. Most bears, okay, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm waiting for the BTC dominance to peak, right, before I'll start buying alt. But it is a very dangerous approach, right? Waiting for the BTC dominance to peak before buying alt. It is, however, a safe approach, but a very dangerous approach at the same time, right? Because it could create some sort of like a FOMO. If you want to wait for the BTC dominance to peak first before buying alt, right? Because the BTC dominance could be peaking when BTC is around like 100K. You don't know. Okay, for instance, right here, when did we pick? We picked right here back in January 2021 at 72%. All right, at 72%. What was the price of BTC back in January 2021? 30K. What is 30K relative to 20K? 50% above the previous all-time high of 20K. You see what I'm saying? So, you don't want to basically say, hey, I'm going to wait for BTC to pick, the BTC dominance to pick before I start buying alt. Because when BTC was at 30K right here, if you think about it, Ether was around like a $600, $700. It was like 10x, almost like a 10x below, 10x above, right? It's bull market. It's bear market peak, right? Bear market bottom, excuse me, right? And was like a 50% below its previous bull market peak of 1400. So you get the point. So by the time the BTC dominance going to be peaking somewhere around here, I don't know, could be 60%, right? Or even above 60%, right? For speculative purposes, right? But Ether could be around like a 3,000, 4,000. You see what I'm saying? Yes, BTC could be around like a 60K, 70K, 80K, or even 100K. But you get the point, right? So to avoid the FOMOing, right, the FOMO-ness, it's better to start accumulating, not financial advice, but it is better to start accumulating alt, right, in Q4 2023 instead of waiting for Q1 2025. You see what I'm saying? Because most of these alt, even though, it is a very good time to be accumulating right now, I don't think they will go parabolic for the next 12 months. Yes, they could go 3x, 4x, 5x, especially the top coins. The low cap coins, the micro cap coins, they could go like a 20x from their current price. But the high cap coins, like Ethereum, I don't think Ether will go up to, 10,000 within the next like a 12 month. You see what I'm saying? So something to consider over the next like few weeks, few months, right? And all that good stuff, basically for the rest of the 4-year cycle, right? We already completed 2 years. We already completed 50% of the 4-year cycle. And I said it clearly when we first completed 16 months of the 4-year cycle, right? And I said like, okay, we just completed 1/3 of the 4-year cycle, right? By the time we complete like 50% of the 4-year cycle, you got to be starting to accumulate alt and be patient, because the bull market could start at any given time after that, right? Because it could be the final accumulation phase, which is right now the final accumulation phase, right? Q4 2023, right? Hopefully it makes sense and all that good stuff, guys. So we got Ibrahim. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Ibrahim. Yeah, so basically, if the BTC dominance as of now, right, you just don't want to focus too much on it, Okay, the best time to focus on the BTC dominance, right, was like when the BTC dominance was around like a 38%, 39%. Why? Right? Because you wanted to stay with BTC along the way, right, until BTC clears the resistance level and break out above its resistance level, right, around 32K, and then you're gonna be like, okay, this is it, right? The most BTC can go over the next, like, you know, few months, right, before altcoins start to catch up is like probably 100%, right? And alt, you know, they can go 100% in 1 week, right? So I don't see the reason now to be like a Bitcoin maximalist, right, for the next like 18 months, right? So it is time to reduce BTC exposure into alt, accumulate alt, be patient, you know, no day trading, just be patient for the next, you know, 18 months, guys. Be patient, okay? Some of these alt, they will go 100x. Some of them, they will not even do 10x, right? That's why it is good to diversify. You don't know which alt will outperform, right, the whole market. The purpose is not like to buy the fastest horse, okay? The purpose is like to make profits, right? Take that profit. You know, if you know how to short BTC, once we hit 180K, take some of that profit, short BTC, go to sleep, right? But if you try to basically trying to find the fastest alt, right, you're going to end up, right, not finding anything, or even if you find something, not making any gains, okay? Diversify. You don't need 100 alt like most crypto YouTubers saying. You don't need 100 alt, okay? I think like anything, okay, between 8 to 15 alt is good enough. Diversify in different categories, make the profits, make sure you got the gains, and then you understand the 4-year cycle. In 2025, pack your bags, wait for 2027 to get back in. That's it. That's very easy, okay? If you want to oversimplify it, all right, but it is more complex than that, right? So if you learn how to trade, you know how to trade. You can follow the monthly 21, you can follow the quarterly 21, the weekly 21 during the bear markets, right, and all that good stuff, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the total market cap, okay? So the total market cap, I'm starting to like the total market cap. If we can stay above the monthly 21 EMA, the chance of seeing higher prices, right, going to continue to rise, okay? Meaning like our probability to stay in a bull market, right, going to stay higher, right, the longer we stay above the monthly 21 EMA regarding the total too, okay? So another thing also is like, as I said in the last few months, okay, I know it's a lot of information, but you guys been following me, right? It takes 12 months for BTC to bottom, but it takes 24 months for alt to bottom, okay? So even though you're not seeing it when you take a look at total market cap, right? You're not seeing it when you take a look at total market cap, but you can see it when you take a look at this alt. Because remember, the total market cap is going up because the BTC dominance is going higher and BTC is going higher. But the alt, let's take a look at total 3. You can see total 3 cannot even break its monthly 21 EMA. That's why the BTC dominance is going up, because BTC is leading what? The market. BTC is leading the market, right? And if you take a look at the total 3 compared to the Wall Street cheat sheet right here, you can see, like I talked about it in my premium, right? The double top we had right here, you can see that's the double top we had around like 400 billion, right? And then we came back down to retest the lows. People wanted to play out exactly as it is right here. No, it won't play out like that. It is very, very hard, right, for the total 3 to play out exactly like that. But most alt, right, they printed this pattern, the double top, double bottom, and basically ended up making new lows. That's why I keep saying the last 18 months, right, alt have been moving sideways. So if you take a look at this chart right here, right, you could compare it to some individual alt, right? And if you take a look at their last 18 months, they've been pretty much just like that. You can go ahead and check out AVAX, AXS, Tezos, right, and many other alt, right, Tether, right. They printed the double top, double bottom, and the wedge pattern to the downside. And some of them, they just right here. They still haven't taken out the August 2022 highs, which is right here if you take a look at the real chart. Right? Hopefully it makes sense, right? So total 3, just need to take out the monthly 21 EMA. We need the MACD to flip positive over the next like a few months. So we're still not clear yet, even though we're in a bull market, right? We cannot say like we're 100% in a bull market, but I would say still 85% is good enough, right, to be comfortable, okay, for a potential continuation to the upside. But if we take out the monthly 21 EMA for total 3 right there, that'll be super bullish, okay? That'll be like, you know, that would be like a moon time, right? So we go back to the total market cap, right? So the idea of waiting, right, till the BTC dominance to pick, right? You can also look at it in, you know, on the total too, right? Because by the time the BTC dominance is picking, right, the total too could be somewhere around like almost 2 trillion, right, or over 2 trillion. And if we are around like a 2 trillion, you got to think about it. Ether could be above like a 3K or at least 2,500, right? You know, so Ether could be at least around like a 2,500 to 3K, and most of these alts they could be like a 2 to 3x from their current level. So if you're waiting for the BTC dominance to pick and for the total market cap to hit like a 2 trillion, you might be buying some of these alt like let's say 5-7x below above their all-time high. Okay. So, and another thing also we just discussed, right? It takes 24 months for alt to bottom, right? But it takes 12 months for BTC to bottom. So think about it this way: the green shaded area right there, or blue, whatever you want to call it, Leroy, is BTC, and the yellow shaded area is alt. So if you combine these two, you got altcoins. So altcoin just bottoming right now after we got a close above the monthly 21 EMA. You know, with the with the total market cap. Okay, so you could also say, hey, back in 2020 we got above the monthly 21, but we dumped back down. Yes, that's possible. That's possible. But on a low degree, as I said, on a weekly basis, nothing is showing like we're going to be dumping back down lower. So I just don't want to be spending any time, right, waiting for this move. We might wait for the next few weeks to see if the weekly 21 EMA, right, will be taken out, right, or the weekly time frame will flip bearish and all that good stuff before we say, hey, we could be getting this move. Because we don't have to, because these two patterns are not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same. This one, we had a 6-month pump, a 9-month consolidation. This one, we had like a 3-month pump, a 6-month consolidation, 6 to 7 month consolidation. So they're not the same, okay? But in terms of time, they are the same, okay? Because you could say, hey, in 2019, right, we spent the first half of the year pumping and the second half of the year dumping. But mathematically, right, it is 6 months, 6 months, right? If you just want to break it down, we spent 6 months up, 6 months down, Leroy, right? If you take a look at the current cycle right here, we spent 3 months up, right? 3 months up, right? Spent 6 months sideways, right? And potentially 3 months up. So if you break it down, right, mathematically, it is 3, right, plus 3, that's 6 months up. And then you got your 6 months sideways. So it is still the same thing, right, just differently. Hopefully it makes sense, right? So we basically spend like 6 months going up, 6 months moving sideways, but it is not linear like we wanted it to be. Like the first half of 2023 being bullish, and the second half of 2023 being bearish. Okay, that was my linear analysis. Like That's how, you know, I thought it is going to be. But when you take a look at the chart, it is not as we needed it to be or as we wanted it to be. Okay, so BTC did it the smart way. Okay, pump 3 months, move sideways 6 months, and pump in 3 months. Makes sense, right? You take a look at these candles, right? Right, you got 1, 2, 3 up. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, basically, or sideways-ish. Right there, sideways-ish, and now we're spending another 3 months up. So the idea of the 6 month up, 6 month down, right? Right, it is still there, right? It is still there. 3 plus 3. I mean, assuming we're going to pump in December, right? So 3 plus 3, you got 6, and then you got your 6 month in between. Okay. Right. So now, let me just go ahead for some Q&As, right? If you guys have any question regarding any alt, looks like market is pulling back down. XRP 65 cents. Let's see. 36.7. Alt starting to pull back hard. Okay, let's see. So on a daily, that resistance level we had right here, excuse me. Let's take a look at the 6 hour. So the 6 hour base is going to close in 90 minutes, right? So still got some time to close, and I can see it on the BTC dominance. The BTC dominance also just pulled back down right here. Okay, even though we pump like you know, correctively to the upside, we could still be in a sideways-ish correction right here for the next like a few days. Okay, this means like if we're going to stay sideways like that for the next few days, alt still going to be in a bullish mode. Okay, the other possibility is like it goes up and retest the you know, 54.5%, right, within the next like a few days. Okay, so let me know if you have any question regarding any alt. Let's take a look at the 8 hour. 8 hours still looking good. We do have a divergence, but once again, it is a sharp, it is a very sharp divergence, so you don't know if this guy will flip negative or if it is going to continue to the upside. If it is going to continue to the upside, it means like we're still in a bullish uptrend, right? So the weekly is still looking good. So still 4% on the weekly and pump as high as almost 9%, right? So just lost like 50% of the weekly gains. All right. Yeah, alt slightly pulling back down. Let's take a look at the total too. Yeah, total 2 just hit the resistance around like a 650 billion, right? So I got to clear this 650 billion, and the next resistance will be somewhere around like 700 billion, right? Right there. So I got to clear 700 billion in order to get a clear you know, bullish macro reversal, right? Once we basically clear the 700 billion, right? So it means we need Ether to take out 2150, because Ether is one of the strongest alt, right? Nearly like 50% of the total too. So it got to clear 2150, and then basically total 2 likely to clear the 720 billion, or you know, just about 700 billion. Let's see. Check out the hourly. Right now, altcoin feeling the hit. Ether is still above 2000, looking pretty strong. The Ether dominance almost 4% up. So even though alt are still dumping, right? The Ether dominance, it is still rising, meaning like Ether BTC remaining pretty strong. Okay, strong support around the 0.05%. I mean 5% area, 0.05 BTC. Hey, what's up, Abandoned Baby? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Alright guys, so if you guys don't have any question regarding any alt, we'll just call it for, we'll just call it a day. It is already 1 hour. Most of these alt just retrace back down to support. Theta, it is still looking strong. Nearly at, it is at resistance. Try to break out above the 90 cents. Got rejected, but it is at, it is at resistance, right? Okay, let's take a look at Altcoin. So it is at resistance 4 points. It hit like a 4.6 to 4.8, so a temporary resistance. It does have a nice triple bottom. I said it previously, okay? Beautiful triple bottom, nearly like 10 month, okay, of a triple bottom. You take a look at the wedge pattern right here, or you could call it triangular formation. Just looks like it is breaking out to the upside, okay? So if you bearish on it, you could have basically said, okay, it is going to be a 1-to-1 extension to the downside. However, since the BTC dominance could be moving sideways, right? Filecoin could take a cheap shot. If it breaks out above this 4.6, 4.8, you got a temporary resistance around like a low $6, and then later on 8.5 to a 9.5, right? So the only bearish setup I could find on file as of now is like if it prints this, double top, double bottom right here, either retest the triple bottom for another quadruple bottom, right, and dump, or just retest the triple bottom right there for a quadruple bottom from the beginning right there of December, right, 2022, and then basically move up, right? But overall, I think it is, it is still bullish, right, after the 12-month sideways correction, right? Regardless of what it does, within this range of, $4 to a $3 range, right, it is still in a bullish pattern. And File BTC has not even yet broken out yet, because most of these alt, they retested, their July prices, right, July highs in BTC and in USD. But Filecoin only retested its July prices in USD, not in BTC yet. So if it is going to retest the July prices in BTC, that's another 30% move alone against BTC, right? So imagine if BTC stays constant, then a 30% move will take it somewhere around like a 5.6, or even up to a 50%, 6.3 area. So just got to clear the 3D 100 EMA around $5, and could be retesting this level of resistance, right, or even up to 8.5 to 10.5. But overall, nice bottom formation. If you take a look at file over the last 18 months, okay, even though it dumped a lot over the last 18 months, since when? Since June 2022, it is only down 20%. Right? I'm saying only down 20% in 18 months, because Filecoin nearly dropped like 99% from all-time high. So 20% drop in 20 months, I mean in 18 months, right? 20% drop is not it's not a lot, okay? You know, these guys can drop 20% in 15 seconds. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at SNX. So SNX, it does have a very beautiful it has a beautiful chart on the macro scale. It has a beautiful chart on the macro scale. So that's the 18 month consolidation I've been talking about. Okay, so that's the June lows right there, right? And you think about it, right? SNX since like June 20, right? The Q2 lows, right? 2022, it is up 73%. So it is super strong compared to like most alt. Like I just showed you Filecoin, which is like 20% below its June 2022's, right? June 2022, and this guy is like 73% up since like a June 2022. So it looks super strong. So if it can close based on closing basis, right? Let's say close above like a 2.6, $2.50, $2.60 area, right? That'll be super bullish, because that's going to be the highest closing candle, right? Since basically Q3 2022. Okay, we did have a good close right here in Q1 2023, right? So I would say the highest close, right, over the last 12 months on the quarterly basis. So that'll be super bullish, kind of like Link, right? So let's take a look at SNX USD. Okay. So you take a look at SNX USD on a quarterly basis, right? Looks super good. And in terms of fibs, just retrace around the 382. So it looks pretty pretty bullish to me, okay, with the 18-month consolidation. Just need to close above 2.5, 2.6 before end of the year, and we could get another Link type of pattern. Okay, you see Link sideways correction 18 month. I've been saying it in my premium. Link sideways correction 15, 16 month. I was saying it. Yes, it could drop lower, but still accumulate around like a $5, $6 or even $7. And now you can see Link is taking out its trying to take out its January 2022 highs right here around like a $17, and that would be super bullish if we can basically close above $18. It doesn't have to, but anything above right now above $10 in closing basis is great, right? So you can see like Link and SNX, similar pattern, beautiful 5-way structure to the upside. If you go back to SNX, you can see same type of pattern. So we could see SNX to take out the $7, $8 within the next few months right here. If we can take out $7, $6 range, that would be super bullish for a potential at least macro double top right there, right, up to $33. Okay, let's take a look at Matic. Matic is a bit tricky But on the macro, it is still let's take a look at Matic BTC first. So Matic BTC, it is showing a wick right here. So Matic BTC, it is a support right here. So it is a support around 2000 sats, right? And it is at 0.618. Okay, so 0.786 is around like 1000 sats. So not sure if it is gonna get there with the BTC dominance only, only having like, let's say 10%, 15% to move for the next like 3 to 6. I mean, for the next, I would say 6 to 12 months, right? So not sure if it'll be able to retrace all the way down to the 1000 sats right here. This move right here was a week. Okay, I don't think we have it. We have this move on the regular exchanges, right? So I would just say still consolidating, a good level to be continuing to accumulate, right? And just be patient. And once the BTC dominance picks completely, it could be reversing to the upside, right? And Matic USD. A big support around the 50 cents area. Doesn't want to break below it. In Q2 2022, we came all the way down to 31 cents. Did not quite retest it yet, right? So it is still looking pretty strong. Okay, still looking pretty strong. So you got your triangular formation right here on the macro level. So I would just say be patient. Any dump on Matic, no, it is going to be no brainer. Got to be accumulating it, right? So beautiful pattern in term of triangular formation, similar to what we had right here. But this move came after we took out all-time high. After BTC took out all-time high. So I'm not sure if this move gonna come before BTC taking out all-time high. So just have to be very, very patient. But overall, it's 24 months after the initial bull market peak right here back in Q4 2021. So now it is Q4 2023. So no need to be really bearish. It's just time to be accumulating and being patient. Okay. Any dips could just be some FOMO type of or panic selling and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at Hex. Well, somebody asked about Hex. Hex USD. I mean, a nice quarterly reversal, and I said it previously. Okay, Hex, keep an eye on the 0.618. We retraced down to a 0.618. So if we close the quarterly time frame just like that, that'll be bullish. Okay, regardless of what type of a sideways correction you're going to get over the next few quarters, between 0.01 right down to like a 0.002. I know it's a big difference, right? The difference is huge. However, you're looking at the quarterly cycle, and this guy is super volatile. So this entire range is going to be just accumulation. Any dips could be just some sideways-ish correction. Okay. One thing also to keep an eye on is like Hex. Okay, did not break out really. Right, did not break out right till BTC basically picked, really picked. All right, so this entire move was just like the early stage was pumping with the rest of the market, right? But the breakout just came after BTC finally picked, right, in May 2021. That's when we got this breakout to the upside, right? But this entire move, right, was just a normal move. So the best way to look at it is that if you take a look at Hex, you might not understand what I'm saying, but if you take a look at Hex BTC, the breakout right here started like in May 2021 right there. May 2021. That's when we started the breakout. So the entire move right here against BTC was flat. So you take a look at it right here also. The entire move against BTC over the last 6 months is what? Flat. Since like June 2023 is flat. But if you only pay attention to a Hex USD, it looks like, you know, Hex pumped a lot, but it actually hasn't done anything against BTC. So that's why sometimes you just have to pay attention to the BTC pairing, right? The BTC pairs. Otherwise, you might get fooled by those big candles. Okay, let's take a look at Uni. So Uni on the quarterly, it is actually very, very bullish. I think it will catch up with chain link. A beautiful sideways correction. You take a look at it on the 18-month chart, right? The June lows 2022, somewhere around like a 3.5, something like that. And as of now, we like around $5, right? So from the June lows, it is up 50% over the last 18 months, right? And it's been moving sideways also over the last 18 months, right? So as soon as bulls can take out the $6 range, 6.5 to be exact, that could trigger some type of like a link FOMO move, okay? And the area we need to really take out after taking out the monthly 21 EMA, of course, right? Always remember, they have to, even if I don't say it, they have to break above their monthly 21, okay? But you should know by now, right? The next level of resistance after the monthly 21 will be the $11, $12 range. So, and it could be an easy shot over the next like a few months, okay? Over the next like a 3 to 6 months going into the second half of 2024. If we can take out $11, $12, that could it could trigger a another pump to the upside to retest all-time high. Will it break all-time high? That's going to be a another analysis, right? But as of now, let's just try to close. Bulls just need to close above $6.57 range on a quarterly basis. Let's take a look at XRP. So XRP BTC first, okay? So XRP BTC, I mean, I'm starting to like the quarterly chart on XRP BTC, all right? Okay. Let's take a look at it on the line graph. It probably gonna give us a better, yeah, it is giving us a better pattern. So you take a look at XRP BTC, okay? It is a quarterly chart. It is the macro, the complete macro chart for XRP, okay? So it looks really good, guys, okay? It looks really, I'm not saying it because I like XRP or you like XRP or I want to pump XRP. I really don't care, right? But it looks really good, okay? And why it does look good, you got your triple quarterly bottom, almost 7 years, right? 7 years of triple bottom. Similar to what? To basically Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin BTC, right? Before the super breakout of the year 2021. Excuse me, guys. Right? Before the, macro breakout in 2021, right? And on top of that, right? You guys notice this pattern right here. It is what? A double top, double bottom. Yes, they can fail, right? However, if you get them near the bottom, the probability of being successful is high, okay? Even though, I said it right here, XRP, we'll have a support around like 1600 to 1300. And if we break it, yes, we could retest the 600 SAS. However, it is still a very good time to be accumulating XRP BTC. As of now, we are at 1900, right? And when XRP was around like a 2100, I was saying like 1500, 1300, and now we're back to like a 1900. This time, the difference is like the timing and the pattern. The timing and the pattern. Because when I was quoting for 1600, 1700, okay, all the way down to 1300, XRP was around like above 2500, almost 3000. But this pattern is changing everything. It's changing everything. It's changing everything. Okay, this double top, double bottom, it could just, it could just blast off, right, out of nowhere and go back up to like a 10,000 sats resistance, which is somewhere around here. Okay, so it looks very good. I just don't know. I just haven't talked about XRP a lot, but the chart is starting to print some bullishness. So we'll see in 2024 if this pattern going to hold. As long as we hold above like a 1500, 1300 range, we could definitely get the parabolicness. Because if you take a look at it like that, it might not look good, okay? But if you check it out on a line graph, you can see exactly what I'm saying. And XRP at the same time is the blueprint for crypto. The more I study this alt, the more I'm seeing like, the more I'm seeing the XRP chart in this alt. And you're gonna be like, why are you saying that send crypto? You remember I used to say parabolic move to the upside, parabolic move to the downside. You take a look at XRP, parabolic move to the upside, parabolic move to the downside, parabolic move to the upside, parabolic move to the downside. What have we been seeing on alt over the last few years? Same pattern against BTC, and some of them against, most of them, I wouldn't say some of them, most of them against the USDT, right? So could we see another parabolic move to the upside? Absolutely. Okay, we could definitely see a parabolic move to the upside and another parabolic move to the downside for the next like a few years. Okay, not sure if we will go all the way up to like 16,000 sats and all that good stuff, but I think anywhere around like a 9,000 to 10,000 sats is good enough. I wouldn't hold, you don't want to hold any XRP above this level, right? If you're looking for the macro move, right? All right, guys, so it's almost like 1 hour 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna call it a day, and we will go for another live stream sometime this week or next week. All right, guys, so don't forget to hit the likes. Do it like you do in other channels. So hit the likes. Let me know what you think down below the comment section. Are we going to 3K, 4K, 10K, 100K, whatever your price action is or your price target is? Let me know in the comment section. All right, thanks a lot, guys.